what semen retention does, gives you clarity. Most people get into relationships, guys, for example, they get into relationships because of sexual urges. That's why or because they want arm candy, or they're insecure and lonely, so they need a girl, etc. They don't just, it's not just an organic, like I'm in overflow and I enjoy the female energy and I want to channel this overflow of energy to this person. No. Usually it's for all kinds of mixed, unconscious reasons. So when I say semen retention may make you, what I'm really saying is going to help you transcend the personal desire for a girlfriend. You're not going to be so hungry for a girl. Where's a girl? I need a girlfriend. Yeah. You see, because you will have you found something inside you, the real relationship with yourself, that satiates you, so that you don't need inordinately a girlfriend. Can you still get one? Yeah, of course. In fact, you can get a better one. Because when we don't need something, we attract someone else that doesn't need something. Not that you see, there's a difference between organically appreciating and loving the opposite sex at the same time you don't need them, versus, man, I don't need them. Girl, got no love for the hoe. Right. It ain't that. That's the thing. That's the thing with these alpha male and it's like the war against sexes. The guys are pointing out how the girls are just using them, and it's like, man, I'm not gonna sign up. I don't need them. And the girls are saying to the guys, like, yeah, I don't need you unless you can like do something for me. All that. So then you end up with the world that just everybody's confused. It's okay. You're not gonna be. This planet's not our home. You use this time while you're here. Do the time. Don't let the time do you. It's a jailhouse slogan. You use this time here to discover who you really are, and then you just let life play. You're in this movie, you're like, okay, God, director, like whatever. You don't take things so serious. But part of what I really want to drive home, and what I'm really saying when I say that you transcend the inordinate need or the personal desire for a girl, what I'm really saying, because when you're doing semen retention, you have a healthy lifestyle, it restores balance to your mental faculties. You can like see things clear now. You're looking at stuff clear. So you can sense when a girl, if she's right for you or not. If you're caught up in sexual urges, you can't sense anything. You're just thinking about getting it. So you can't read her properly. I made a video how you can read energy. That's what you got to be able to do. You just read the energy. And you're like, okay, do I want to sign up for this? I can see what she wants. Even if she doesn't know what she wants, I can see it. Doesn't matter what she said. No, but she said she didn't want it. No, I'm not listening to what they say. I'm looking at what they're really saying, but they're not saying. You have to get like that. And then something inside's like, yeah, that's matching. She's independent. She's taking care of herself. She doesn't really want anything from me, and so there's some nice organic chemistry here. We're enjoying each other, like you did when you were 6 or 7 years old, playing with the girl next door. Some of us play doctor, but aside from that, I remember we were in the snow. I lived in Michigan, Brighton, Michigan. You playing in the snow and throwing snowballs, riding snowmobiles. Not thinking about hitting it. I'm like, if somebody asked me why are you playing with her? I said, I'm playing with her because I'm playing with her. Like, what do you mean? Why are you asking me such a stupid question? You're enjoying, that's it. So you can experience that too at any point in your life. It's just more difficult as we get older. You also start to see the commitment that's involved. When you say I love you, I commit to you, you start to realize what you're really saying. Because I'll give you an example. My owner of the apartment, is he married to her? I don't know. I think so. He's married to his wife. Wife's sister died. She had 2 kids. One's probably 12 and the other one's 14. Well, they didn't have any kids, my owner and his wife. His wife's sister died. What's going to happen to the kids? The father of the kids, he's not in the picture. What's going to happen? Just send him to a foster home? Or are we going to take care of them? Things like that can happen, you see. I like him. I respect him. Like, he's a true, like, she's lucky. And he's lucky. Like, you see, though, they found each other. It's a good match. But I had to contemplate these things. I did contemplate these things when I was growing up. I'm like, you know, my life is a bit busy. And I have certain things I want to do and explore. And I was trying to find answers. So I couldn't commit in that way. So you have to look at that stuff. What if she gets sick? You got to see the movie. I don't know how you can see it though. I tried to find it and I can't. But when I was living in Thailand, this was maybe 11 years ago, there's a movie called Happy Birthday. That is probably the best love story I've seen. It's about, they're young, 20 or something. Okay, while we're on love story movies, if you want to see love stories, The Notebook is good, in Bridges of Madison County with Clint Eastwood and Meryl Streep. Yeah, go watch that. Clint, yeah, it's a good one. The end, like the last part, it shows what happens, how vulnerable we are as human beings. Because look what happens as the movie goes on. Like, you know, like, did he do right or wrong? Or like, it doesn't matter right or wrong. Like, it's human. It's a good movie. Notebook also. But Happy Birthday was damn good, but I can't find it. I looked online. So this kid met this girl. They really loved each other. She was on her way to give him a birthday present. Happy birthday. He was talking to her on the phone. And she's like, yeah, I'm almost there. He looks out the window. Car hits her. It's like, oh man. She became like a vegetable almost. Like she you know, she had to be hooked up to the machine and plugged and like, you know. Parents took care of her for a while, but they're like, you know, we should just let her go because what are we gonna do? Kids like, no. Strong, man. And he takes her home to his place and he's like taking care of her. But he still has to work, like he's a kid, you know. And then he was at work one day and the intuition kicked in because he leaves her in the bed all day with these machines. So he's like worried about her, like, damn, well, you know. So then intuition kicked in and he's like, he leaves his work. They're like, where are you going? He went home. And somehow the cord came out or something and she was convulsing and everything. And tripped out and got things back together and you know, made her okay. So then he was scared to go to work. Couldn't go to work. How is he going to work? So then we found a way to make money at home or something. And then the parents, they start. It's dramatic, man. They got some lawyers, and they were trying to like they wanted to unplug her, but he didn't want that. She was going to die. Somehow he beat it in court. And he just kept taking care of her. Years went by. And then the end, the last scene, he's standing outside with her. It's like they're looking at the stars, and she like grabs his hand. It's like, oh shit. It's like he didn't give up. And, I mean, it's movie magic. Like, who knows? But you know, it's intense. So anyway, what's it about? Commitment. Like, do you love her on that level? If something like that happened. I like contemplating things like this. It puts stuff in perspective. Because it's easy, like when you first meet somebody, like, oh, you ever just, yeah, do you love me? Yeah, I love you forever. Yeah, I love you forever. Something goes down, yeah, I gotta, like, go somewhere. And when it comes to having kids, if a girl wants to have a baby, and I gotta say, by far, the majority do, even if they say they don't, if they're young, that's gonna probably kick in later, and they're gonna want a baby. It's just gonna activate, they can't help it. It's deep software, and once the universe pushes play, and that software opens, they're like, I think I wanna have a baby. But you said you didn't want one. Yeah, but I think we should have one. But I don't want to have one. Oh, okay. Well, maybe we shouldn't be together. She's not going to choose you over her instinct to have a child. So that gets realized too. So, what do you do? So if you really see, I've never wanted to have kids my whole life. I never wanted to get married my whole life. It's just not. I don't have that software. I probably experienced it in a previous life, so this life was about other things, you know. But I've found if you want a girl and you don't want to get married and you don't want children, generally, if she's 40 or over, then she's already had kids, or she don't want kids, or the kids are already grown, something. So then, and they're more mature. They don't think the vagina is made out of gold anymore and all that. It's like they can appreciate the man for being a man. They appreciate his masculine energy. So then that can be, I've seen, you know, those relationships work actually. Out of all the relationships, like when I see younger people relationships, I'm like, okay, yeah, how long is that gonna last? But the ones that I actually see that are happy, yeah, I hadn't thought about that. They're older. Because they're both mature and they're done with all this stuff. And by the time they're 40, if they've really worked on themselves, you have a post-therapy girl. You don't have any weird trauma or issues that's going to come out, and they're not going to think that you're the uncle that molested them and all that stuff. All that trauma a lot of that trauma gets played out in the relationships when we're younger, and that can be a mess. Could end up in prison even. Like, it's scary. So just look at all that. All right, I gotta throw the disclaimer in though, because some guys, most guys, including my previous self, like, you want to have a relationship. Like, of course, like, you can't turn that software off. That's my point. This is how I want to make balance. Because you see some of these alpha male videos, and it's like, well, what are you telling me then? Just, you're telling me how bad girls are and how much they want to use you. So, like, what are you saying? Just don't ever look at a girl like, are they like the way Hitler thought about the Jews? Are they just like subhuman? Is that what you're saying? Like, what are you saying, man? Or should I just use them like they're using me? Like, what are you saying? It's very incomplete. And all these guys, I promise you, they want a girlfriend. You can't turn this software off, especially, you know, your teens, your 20s, your 30s. It depends. Look, I had to experience this. That's how I'm free of, like, I don't have a personal desire for a girlfriend. It's twofold, the reasons. Number one, I've already experienced it 3 times, 3.5. I know what it feels like to have a girl who's your best friend, you have great chemistry, you're having sex. Like, I know what that feels like. I had experienced it a few times. So as great as that is, and I can still enjoy that, it's like anything in life. I loved roller coasters when I was a kid. Now it's like, okay, it's all right, but it's not a big deal. It's the same thing. It's like, I can really appreciate things, but it's not such a big deal anymore. Everything in life, you can say, it loses its, like, magic after a while. Why? God worked it out like that, so you have to find who you really are inside. That doesn't wear off. This inner serenity and peace that's inside us, once that gets activated, that doesn't get boring. I promise you. Go see my channel, Spiritual Renaissance. I talk about that. So if God put in your heart the desire to have a girlfriend, you're going to have a girlfriend. God put it there. Well, He's going to fulfill that. You don't need to worry about it. See, guys start worrying about it. They're like, yeah, but look, I'm already 30 and I'm a virgin. It's cool. Be a 30-year-old virgin. 40-year-old virgin. Wasn't that a movie? That was a good movie. Yeah, he was funny. So you have to trust that life is taking care of you, because you are life. Life takes care of itself. See all these flowers and everything, like life's taking care of that. It's not, they don't have a mind where they gotta manage how to get water. No, it's like life's taking care of that. It's taking care of you too. If you have a desire for a girlfriend, trust that life's gonna take care of that. You're just gonna run into her. How do I know? Because that's what happened. It happened 3 times. I wasn't looking. I was looking somehow, but not really. So therefore, life gave me really good ones. That's what happens. That's the paradox. When you stop looking, then you get what you're really supposed to get. Then that will satisfy and satiate you. And then you won't be this hungry. You won't be 80 years old and still be really hungry for a girl. You've already experienced satisfaction. That's what you want to do. You want to organically transcend this desire. You don't want to mentally just curse women in your mind, so then that makes you like not want to look at women or talk to women. That doesn't work. Then you'll just end up going to massage parlors and things like that. You want to organically transcend it. So then you still enjoy women. You have something to give them. They trust you because they can smell that you're not like trying to, satisfy some sexual urges in you, and they really trust you. And when they trust you, they open more up to you and give you good energy. So now you're enjoying the female energy, and you're not even in a contract or having sex. So you don't have all that to deal with. You're getting energy just without all that. This is how life is set up. It's made to work like that. So again, if you want a girlfriend deeply, life's going to give you a girlfriend. If you don't want a girlfriend, you're cool. See, because some people, they think something's wrong. They're like, but I don't want a girl now. Then you watch these stupid videos from people who don't understand semen retention, and they'll say, don't do semen retention, it's going to make you like be asexual. That's the thing. There's so much misinformation out here. That's why I suggest you find somebody that you enjoy listening to and just listen to them. It doesn't have to be me, but then you won't get confused. Find 1 or 2 people at maximum, you listen to them, and that's all you listen to. If they're covering everything, all the angles, why are you going to go and listen to a bunch of other people? It's just going to confuse your mind. There's no need to do that. All right, 18 minutes. So, see, when we talk about girls, we just keep going forever. All right, see you.